So what have I brought then? Let's have a little look. I'm going to let you have a look on the overhead here so that you can see this one face down. We've got 2 sets of cascading alphabets. So you get a full alphabet and you get 2 of the edge design dies as well. So these enable you to spell out pretty much any word that you want to say. And this one is the horizontal one, so it goes across. And I'll show you some samples as examples of that as we go along. So you get 26 letters of your alphabet plus your 2 edge dies. And just to open that up as well, there is also some inspiration inside there. And there's also a set of step-by-step instructions. For example, what size you need to cut your card, how to place the dies, etc. So if you're struggling after you've watched me today, you've still got something to go back to and have a look at for instructions. So they come to your package beautifully like this. And I'm just going to show you them set out on a board here. Let me move that one out of the way. And I'm going to lay this one down flat here. I'll pop it the right way so that we can read it there. Alright, so we've got an example there, just using some of the different coloured card packs, and those are coming on the show as well. So we've got some lovely pastel shades, some bright shades, some neutral shades. I'll show you some examples of those as we go along. But you can see here how they all line up beautifully, and you've got that horizontal setting for each different letter. So like I said earlier, you could spell out pretty much anything that you wanted to say. It could be a message, it could be a name, it could be anything really. So let's have a little look at a few samples, and I'm just going to pop that board down out of the way so that we don't get mixed up. So the horizontal style ones, I'm just going to grab a few of these out of here, and we'll keep having a look at these as we go along. So I'll just do a few of them now. So just to start off then and show you some of these different examples, let's get that in shot there for you. So just the word sorry, simple as that. Nice little occasion. And you can see that curved edge on that one, showing those different layers. So that's one example. And then we've got the word hope. This is using some of the new cardstock from the pack again. So we've got, like I said, pale pastel colours, we've got a set with bright colours in, and we've got a set with neutrals in. So nice additions to your stash there. And this is a cleverly done one. Our design team, again, they blow me away every time I see these samples. So this is actually using the cutaway part. So it's not the letter as such, it's what's left once you've cut the die. So you can actually see through those layers. So very cleverly done. And then we've got one, a happy birthday to our Sarah there. In fact, I think she's got a birthday coming up soon, if I remember rightly. So again, you can see how they're all lined up horizontally. You can go as far as you want. You could just have one that said, okay. And then we've got one that's a bit more male themed there. That's the curved edge one again. And then back to that decorative edge. How lovely is that one? Hugs. What a great card. Okay, so we'll keep having a look at some of those as we go through the show. I'm going to pop those to the back now so that we can have a look at some different ones next time. And I'm going to show you how to use this set. There is a second set, all right, but I'll come to that one in a little while. I want to demo this first one for you, and then I'll show you the second one. So I took some inspiration from the packaging with my design for this one. There was an example on the packaging, and I just happened to have this paper pad in my collection. So I'm going to show you and work through how we've done this. And you can see the different pages. So it could be a little memory book, you could put some photos in there, it could be tickets from a day out. And I just chose to pop the word dream along that one. So I'm going to show you how I made that, show you how the die's cut. So let's have a little look then. I've done a little bit of preparation in advance, as we always seem to. Otherwise I'd be sat here all afternoon just making one card for you. We had a conversation the other day about what was an appropriate length of time for making a project. And sometimes it's a ridiculous amount of time. So this is out of the, let me fetch one of the, I've not got an example of the pastel one, but this is how the card packs are going to come to you. This is the brights one. So these are going to be on the show as well, and I think this is a longer awaited, from my point of view, I've been waiting for them to do some matte cardstock, and it's got a beautiful linen finish on it as well. So you actually get, it's 8 by 8 in size and 230 GSM, 36 pieces in those. And this is what I've used. I've just taken 2 from the pastel set. So I've got some lovely shades of purple going on there, and that goes beautifully with the paper from our Blues and Lilacs set, the A3 paper packs that we did a little while ago. So I've got some of the layers ready, and I'm going to show you how to carry on cutting. So I've started off the beginning of my word, put that on there. I've got the DRE, so I just need to get my A and M off there, and then I'm going to show you how to line these up. So I'll leave that one at the front there, bring my Gemini plates, and these are beautiful, they all fit on our Junior. I'm using the Gemini Junior today. So I need the purpley coloured one next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one before it that I've just done, and I've cut all, if you can see, all my sheets started out the same size here, and just to give you an idea there, we're looking, it's the 8-inch width of the pad by 4 1/4 inches. All right, so that's the size I'd chosen for mine. So what I'm going to do is use the one that I've already done to line up my next one. So I'm just going to pull it back a little bit here, and I'm going to pop my A down, and we also need the decorative edge piece. So using the one that I've done here, just make sure you can see what I'm doing here, yep. And I'm going to line this up on my piece of cardstock, and again, you've heard me say this before, get your tape out because you don't want these to move when you've got them in place. So I'm going to stick those down before I pass them through the machine. So make sure everything's in the right place and then tape it down. Probably be okay with just that one there. And then once that's done, I'm going to pop it through the Gemini. So just on my little plates there, and we'll go through that Gemini to cut that. And it's a nice straightforward cut. Oops, I'm used to using my big Gemini. I was going to try and put them in the wrong way then. I nearly always use the small Junior plates in my large Gemini, so I'm used to putting them through sideways. Didn't quite fit through the Junior that way. There we go. So when we've done that, it's actually cut through beautifully, and we've got that next. If I hold it against this one, you can see that we're going to follow on in line with the E into the A. And I've just left a couple of letters to cut, so I'm going to do the same with the M. I've done the others ready so that we weren't cutting too many in each demo. So again, I'm going to pop this one on the end of my piece of card. I'm going to use the one that I've just cut just to line it up to make sure that we're in the right place. So I'm just going to pop that one on as a guide. Make sure that it's in the right place there. And these just slide into the cutout on the edge of that shaped edge die. So once we've got that one in place, I can just run that through, and then we're ready to put our card together. So you can see, it takes a few passes through the machine, but the end product I think is well worth it. So you can do some really lovely designs, and we'll have a look at some more of the design teamwork as we go along. So we'll just leave those to one side now, and we've got our M. I'll leave that on there. You can just see that on the plate there. Let's just turn it round so that we can see better. That's better. Keep getting everything upside down today. That's a good start. So let me just get rid of those bits out of the way. I'm going to put my letters back on the carry sheet so that I don't lose them. And then we're ready to start sticking together. So I have got a panel of the paper for the back, and then I'm going to start sticking these together, and we're just going to offset them as I put each one down and then snip away the bit that I don't need. So I want this one to line up with the edge of my pattern paper, so it's just a wee bit longer than the actual design, And then I'm going to turn it over and just trim this bit off the back there to line it up. So that's the length of my project. Then I'm going to go for, get them in the right order, the A, and I'm just going to flick to the tape pen here, it'll be quicker. Whoops. So down the edge of this one, I only want them stuck together at one end there. So again, I'm going to line up the next one and just leave that little bit showing there, line it up with the M, and then I'm going to make sure everything's straight, flip it over and trim that piece off the back. Once you get used to using these, you'll probably be able to work out how much cardstock you need so that you're not wasting it. So I'm going to keep going, pretty much depending on how many letters you've got. It's a repetitive process there. So again, line the next one up, pop it down and trim that off the back. Now there might be a different way of doing this. When Sarah shows you on TV, she might have mastered a better way of doing it, but this is how I figured it out. So we've got the R going in place there, just down that end. So I line that one up and you can see how they're all forming that lovely horizontal line there now. And then these bits that I'm cutting off, I would pop into my scrap stash, use them for embellishments and things on the next set of projects that I'm working on. So even though I'm chopping pieces off, I'm not going to actually waste any. And then the last one that I've done, I've cut the D out of the patterned cardstock again. So again, I'm just going to line it up. So if you can see that there now, you've got that lovely cascading effect with all the letters on there. So we'll get that one down, chop that little piece off the end there. And then I've just got a couple of embellishments to finish it off. So I've got a little bit of ribbon. I'm just going to tie that around that end there. She says, not so good at tying bows on live streaming. Should have already had that one done, I think. There we go. She says, too soon. We might forget the bow in a minute. There we go. That's not too bad. That's as good as it's going to get there today. And then I've got my glue gun on at the ready just to pop some little embellishments on there. So again, we've got tools and things are on our website. If you've not got hold of any of those yet, we've got a whole range of core tools now, which I love. And they just happen to be purple, which is even better. So I just pop those on the edge there. And that's my finished one. And then all I've done with the one that I'd done earlier is just add a few little gems just to decorate it up so you can see that they're finished.